All right, here we go. Little snow day trip through the woods here. Mystic, Connecticut, December 17th, 2020, with my man Eddie. We're gonna take a trip up to the Stillman mansion today. The foundation anyways. On our way, make some observations here. We're gonna be traveling through what's known as the cedar forest here on the Cohan farm and Denison Pequot-Seapost preserve land. This is located right off of Route 27 in Mystic, sort of sandwiched in between the neighborhood some people refer to as Seaport Heights and 27 and Cohan Boulevard over by the Village and Aquarium. And then on the, I guess, east side would be Pequot-Seapost Road. Come on. So, getting out here, we're gonna work our way up to the mansion foundation, take a look at what that was and what would have been had it ever been completed. So this here, you can see the only tracks at this point are game tracks. Not really sure if it's small game or deer tracks. That's probably all we're going to see back here. But this is all cedar, red cedar, all through here. You can see existing rock walls still off in the distance, all through here. But this was intended to be the property of the Stillman family, who during the Gilded Age were the beneficiaries of stupendous amounts of wealth. They're related to the Harkness family in Waterford, the Harkness Park in Waterford. Maybe some of you have been there. State park with a existing mansion and like many buildings and structures, all going back to the Gilded Age, the late 1800s. Sort of examples of incredible amounts of wealth, in connections to the Carnegies and the Rockefellers, and just the development of this nation through the processing and production of our abundant resources. So as we head through, I can see the foundation actually off in the distance. And what we have to imagine is if that foundation was ever created, or if the mansion that was intended to be created over here was ever completed, then this would probably all be lush lawn, greenery, all kinds of ornate gardens, and probably would have been quite beautiful. Probably would have had a nice view out to the Mystic River out that way. But that never happened. It wasn't meant to be. So I guess the question is, should you choose to accept the challenge, is to come here and figure out why that didn't happen. Why the forest we see here exists today, and why this foundation is here. You can see it coming up on it. Should give you a little look at this here. But we're kind of coming out. There's several different trails to get here. You could park at the Cohan farm on 27. You could park at the junction intersection of Pleasant Street and Clipper Drive in Mystic. You could even park over at McQuaid's in Mystic and get here. And if you wanted to do a little bit more, you could park over at the West Marine store. You could park over at the Nature Center. A lot of ways to get here. Pretty cool. So here's the mansion foundation. Check it out. There's a little sign over there that tells the story. Gives you the history. And check this out, man. Look at this. Look at the work put in here, man. This is no joke. And the craziest thing about this is it was never completed. Yet it's still here. So there's a lot to be learned from that. And this is a big place, guys. Big mansion. And you can see off, I don't know how well it shows, but you can see how close the development of the Masonic Care Elderly Care Facility comes to this. And that's actually part of the story of how and why this is still here, believe it or not. The transfer of one parcel of land to maintain and continue to possess another. But there's a lot of history here, a lot of connections that can be made, and want to encourage you guys to get out here. This would be a great spot to come do some hands-on learning, learn about our past, learn about different periods of American history, Stonington and Mystic and Pawcatuck history, and how we continue to have some pretty awesome places here that are unique in comparison with many other places around the country. All right, that's it.